All right. PayPal has decided to change their invoice to something that can only be read with a magnifying glass. Today on The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Alright, so look, I like PayPal, I like eBay. Obviously, I utilize them both daily in my online selling business. One thing I don't understand, though, is this constant need to update and change a winning formula. I like the PayPal invoices, and half of my PayPal accounts, I think I have 4 or 5 that I use regularly for different accounts, decided to allow a customized invoice, and then when it prints, it's this little teeny, I don't know, 9-point, 7-point text. And they got rid of some of the stuff on there that I used to identify my items and use in my inventory program. So how can I be happy with that? I like the old invoices. I could actually read them from a distance and I use them. eBay's the same way. They always are testing out new interfaces and things like that to organize the information. And some of it is customizable, and it's not universal, because if you have an account and you use Sales Manager Pro as your overface thing, or if you have an anchor store or whatever, my different accounts are all have a different presentation. So more or less, I just roll with it. But this constant change to stuff I don't like, you know, maybe it's part of getting old. I used to remember old people like me, when I was young, bitching, change is killing me. All right, there's no orders packed. There's this box of stuff that still needs to go in the back room. I'm here to pack orders. Half my kids are at their basketball camp, so I've got a free hour and a half. Look at this, I got very motivated towards the end in a flurry of activity. We're back to almost square one. So this is still stuff from pre-trip that we're working on getting listed. This I couldn't fit in my normal spots. I used to have a shelf over there that I took home, and that would have been good. And then I pretty much jammed this full of back stock. So I'm gonna get rid of a few things, and then in comes the Jeep and off comes the top. All right, let me get packing, let me have some coffee, and we'll see if there's anything interesting going out today. Hope to get some listing done later. I'll show some of the items that I'm listing. Discovered a few more good items in the boxes. I knew we were missing some good belt buckles for Banana Peeler.
Coffee.
Wheeler's making coffee. So I'm sure Banana Peeler will show these on his channel later, but these are pretty good. And let's see, I think that's gonna be it. I got my suitcases. There was some good stuff in those, some good camera stuff. It wasn't that super exciting to show. I got a nice lot of instant cameras to list at some point. I think I found all those. What else was on my mind? Let's see, the Jeep's coming off. Oh, I know. So one of the things I've set myself a limit of the 15th, which is Thursday, to tell my building owners when I'm getting out, and I'm contemplating the end of July. That feels like a push, which is maybe what I need. everybody needs a little push. I like to push myself sometimes. Or I'm thinking take the pressure off, which I don't know if it really is going to, and go for the end of August. Either way for me works. I would like to get out of here and get on with it, but I don't know. I don't want to drop dead. I'm sitting here in the Jeep with Wheeler, and he's getting geared up for his second day of basketball camp. I feel like I'm running around out of kilter because lots of orders, and school started, and I'm running kids around for this basketball camp, so it's kind of like a whirlwind all the time. You know what I mean?
Yep, sort of. See it.
You see it, yeah.
Watch it happen.
Not sure how I keep it all straight, but it's really just like moving things in the right direction. Okay, so I was complaining about these PayPal changes, and then a little bit about eBay changes, and how, if they have something I like, they seem to change it. Really, it doesn't change that quickly, but again, I just printed an invoice on my third PayPal channel now that has asked me to customize my invoice, and by customize the invoice, they let you put an address on there, and they let you optionally put a phone number, and if you want to put a logo, a black and white logo, I guess, unless you print in color, I don't. So I think what's going on is eBay, of course, wants you to use global shipping. They also want you to do postage and shipping right through them, and so it's not really subliminal, but I think PayPal is continuing to sort of create a direction of wanting to eBay wanting to have you do everything on eBay, as opposed to right now I take and I do a lot of my work directly on PayPal, and it's just the way I do it, which is not necessarily the way you should do it, but I'm thinking of figuring it out. I would use eBay's postage, and I would use eBay's label printing. I don't like their invoices. I've looked at those. They're generic and really small print and hard to read, hard to utilize for my system. So I need to change my systems towards what they have. Anyway, I'd like to use eBay, but they won't accept my label printers. My label printers are not on their list the last time I looked. I may have to look again. I thought about switching over my label printers, but who wants to spend a few $100s? I hadn't made that decision yet. One of these days I'll look at it again. Every 6 months or a year or whatever, I look at that system, and I look at those systems, and I see if I can make them better without rocking the boat. And the last time I looked, I could not, and got frustrated. So here's the frustration coming out again when I'm stressed. Oh, hit the curb. Let's go get all kinds of contests going on here. Tall dudes. Got a shorter hoop today. Sis is down there jumping around. Having fun. Oh, is this fuzzy guy? There's my lighting. Getting to play some hoops.
Yeah.
There's Sandwich Man. He's trying to get some food down. He's got his organization, desk organization, office organization in full effect.
It's in, what do you call it? Working mode.
Working mode. Okay, I've got my last order packed here for right now is this Best Western sign. It's kind of a foam, but it's heavier. I don't know what that sold for. $54 plus shipping. I think I paid $20, $25, so it took a little longer to sell than I thought. That can happen. Still made money, I guess. $5, 10, 14, 15 orders there maybe. That'll be 16. That's plenty for today. Still waiting. Yawning. Still yawning.
Yep.
About the best analogy I can give for a day like today is I'm like a olden days sailing ship captain, and I've got a crew, and they're like made up of a bunch of different kinds of people, and they're doing a lot of different types of activities. I don't know if I'm like on some sort of adventure, but as the captain, I got to keep the ship pointed in the right general direction, and all this chaos and such is going on around me, and I've got to kind of come in and out of these different activities to get closure and pick people up and make stuff happen. And if I get sucked in or involved in any one of these activities too much, you know, fires start happening on the ship, pirates start catching up to us, you know, here comes the storm, land ho, we're off course, Captain. It's like you got to keep the ship going in the right direction, but the hand is off the wheel half the time, it feels like. So this day may never end. Got to get some things done. Oh my gosh, I'm back in the office after supper. We just had a real interesting discussion, Wheeler and I, about making the number that we've been trying to make for the last 3 years, and I just realized something. Well, I'm not going to get into it, but it's so funny how different people understand goals and you know what the minimums are and what we're really trying to do. And just when you think just when you think you understand somebody, right? So anyway, we didn't make the number yesterday. I take partial responsibility as I went off on my tangent to clean the back room, which went really well and it's in good shape. However, without getting into it, we didn't make the number. We didn't come close to the number, and so the goal for June is dead. I don't know what else to say about that. We may still go to a baseball game or something, but it ain't gonna be on my pocketbook. I just, you know, I don't like to roast anybody, but Wheeler and I need to get on the same page. That ain't doing it. Wheeler, I just roasted you.
Cool.
I told you I wasn't gonna. I don't mean to.
Yep, I was gonna say I'm not gonna do that in my vlog because my vlog is too organized and whatever. I'm not just gonna go into crazy because whenever you go on a roast fest, it's just not worth it.
Well,
you can roast whoever you want.
I'm not really roasting you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm teasing you mostly.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Roasting Wheeler. Not really roasting Wheeler. You know, I worked in the middle of the night and I came off of that and started school yesterday and basketball camp, and by the time I got here, I really didn't feel like listing from the standpoint of I needed something that was dumber to do, and cleaning the back room took less organized, focused, mental work. It just was work, and so I did that. Problem is, I'm having Wheeler. He's finishing up all the old odds and ends yet, and there's not a lot of dollars or value there, nor is it that exciting to list. And Mondays are not his best day to tune in to reality either from the weekend for whatever reason. So miscommunication, and we ended up with a really crappy day. Try not to point fingers at anybody except myself. Today, however, he still has crap to list, and I have good stuff to list, and I'm going to list some. to save the day. But, you know, I gotta complain a little bit because Wheeler's main objective is to list. And in reality, that hasn't been his main objective, and that does bother me a little bit. So I don't know how to motivate him. He needs to self-motivate. I'm done motivating. So let's list. Okay, another 20-minute talk with Wheeler. I think we're back on the same page together. I mean, really, when you work together, let's just put it there. When you work together and you both have expectations for, you know, different things that need to come out of this, you have to communicate. And now I'm communicated. I feel better. I'm not sure Wheeler feels better. It's not that I said anything wrong to him, but, you know, we had to get some things out in the open, and now they're out in the open and whatever. Uh-oh. Off camera, on camera.
Off camera.
Oh my gosh. Let's just ignore the background. Here it is. This puzzle is getting listed. I don't know what I'm going to list it for exactly, but this is listing number 1. I think I'm going to list it for $100 or whatever, something around there, and blow it out. Number 2 is North Beaver Avenue, embossed sign from a small town here in northwest Kansas. We bought it from a rummage sale and then tried to figure out where they got it. We drove around a little bit and we saw the newer signs, and so there is a North Beaver Avenue in that town, and this is the old sign. Of course, somebody's going to want this because of the beaver, so I'm going to price this at $109.99 plus shipping. We'll see where it goes. Number 3 tonight is this Kilgore Neeson dental model. It's kind of tough to identify this. It has a number on it. There's not a lot of them like this. There's a bunch of different models out there. Apparently soft gums, removable teeth. It's pretty wacky. I know it's a good thing. I've run into these things before. Some of them you can sell pretty easily. Some of them are classified more as medical supplies. I list this at $69.99 plus shipping. Number 3 listed. Alright, a couple of fancy haircut dudes here by Hair Art. I don't know if somebody went crazy with the scissors on them or what. They sort of look like they have hairstyles, but then again, it's almost like they have some balding spots. Not a lot of the male heads available. I'm going to list these 2 for $49.99 plus shipping and see where they go. Alright, last listing of the night, number 5. Not as many listings as I would like. I'm cutting my hours down this week a little bit with school starting and everything, so we're not staying nearly as late. Tomorrow I'm going to hope to list some more, and I'm hoping to take the Jeep top off, but here are 12 Polaroid instant cameras. I'm going to put these at auction. I'm not going to attempt to test these or anything. There are wholesalers out there that will buy these for reasonable money. We don't pay a lot for them. We just pick them up cheap, and I like to blow them out. So let me get that listed. I'll estimate a total for these and the other 4 items, and we'll go put that up on the board. Alright, I got my 5 listings here. I don't know if you can see that. $435, 5 listings. I gave myself $100 on the cameras. It should go for about that. 12 of them. 5, 4, 35. Okay, that's about it for tonight. I've got a few miscellaneous things to attend to, a few bills to write, whatever, a few paperwork. There's always paperwork. Paperless society. That's what they promised all of us since the 90s. The computer would revolutionize everything. Internet, paperless society. Still waiting. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the comments. Pick well, list often. Dealer out.
Hey, Wheeler.
Dealer production.